Okay, so I'm going to share a really funny story, and it's a true story. It really happened, and it is hilarious. Last weekend, after months of going fishing on the Gulf of Mexico, on the piers, on the seawall, and things like that, with a lot of luck, we just decided that we would try fishing in a pond with fresh water. Well, so we did that. We went fishing at a freshwater pond, and there was another lady out there fishing as well. Well, most of the equipment that we have, the fish hooks and the lures and the thingamabobs and the thingamajigs and corks, as they like to call them in Mississippi, were for saltwater and not for freshwater. But we used them anyway. We used shrimp for bait, which who knew that freshwater fish actually like worms and not shrimp, but we didn't. So after being there for about an hour and a half, we were getting ready to go, and the lady that had been fishing near us came up to us and said she had caught these 4 fish and we'd like to have them. Well, of course, Joey mostly said, yeah, he wanted them. So he got them and put them on a string and put them in the ice chest, which had no ice and no water in it. And it was pretty hot outside. So I figured that the fish would die. So we get home and they put the fish in the sink and fill the sink up with water and pull the string out. And I noticed that they were still breathing, but I thought, well, they won't keep breathing. They gotta die sooner or later, and this isn't their habitat. So I decided I was going to look on YouTube to see how to clean and gut and cook these little fish, which I did, and I saw the most hilarious video on YouTube by Sexy Girl Guts Fish, I think is the name of it. Anyway, I followed Sexy Girl's instructions with a few exceptions. I don't get my nails done because it's not allowed where I work to have the acrylic nails, and I don't drink beer, so I wasn't drunk. But other than that, and my fish were still alive and hers were dead. But other than those few small, tiny, minor issues, I did everything exactly the way she said. So when I went back into the kitchen, Joey had already jumped the gun and cut the head off of one of the fish. But he didn't clean it. He didn't get the scales off of it. So immediately we have a problem. But we got that one cleaned. And I picked up the next one, and it was still breathing and wiggling. Now, killing things is not what I really enjoy doing, but I went ahead and cleaned this fish, got the scales off, got him nice and smooth and slickery, as pretty girl said, or sexy girl said. And it was time to chop off its head, which I did. I put it in the pan just like she said to do, and so on with the next one. That went well. And then I got the last one, and this one was a little bit bigger and still breathing quite well. So I went ahead and started cleaning it, and it was wiggling, and I think it even made a little chirpy noise, and washed it off to get the scales off, and just kind of waiting for it to die at any minute, but he didn't. So I went ahead and chopped his head off, and this is where it got really freaky for me. The head kept breathing, and I didn't know that could happen. And me and Joey were freaking out because the fish head was breathing. And what do we do now? So we just went ahead and cleaned it, and I threw the head in the head bucket, as Sexy Girl said to do. Cleaned it and battered it all up and dropped them in the frying pan, cooked them and ate them. They were delicious. I don't know how long that head kept breathing, but it's 4 days later and I'm still thinking about it. So what do you know about that?